Hello everyone, I just said I'd hop on to have a little chat. Um, Apologies for the mess, but I'm not going to clean it because I'm having an off day today. I'm having a down day. I'm going to relax myself, and I'd encourage anyone to do the same for your self-care. Don't be worrying about a mess, just chill, take it easy. Just saying, just something that's come into my practice in the last couple of weeks, and something I'm noticing on the internet is kind of like almost like therapist bashing, as in making out that all therapists are the same or something like this. And I've seen, all through my training and stuff, I've seen this and questions around this. Even one of the therapists I would have looked up to, who's an extraordinary therapist, had a review put onto him about him on Google, and it was a terrible review, and all it did was reflect the clients what the problems were in their life. So really they self-disclosed more than they needed to on Google, and it's not very helpful. So my point is that we're seeing a lot more of therapist bashing, in the sense of, like, an article popped up there on my feed about someone who had said a therapist told them whatever it was, and this ruined their life. And I do be asked fairly regularly for advice, and people do believe that therapists are some kind of possibly know-it-alls, have a kind of secret idea about what the secrets are to life. We've seen that book that everyone keeps referencing, but in actual fact we don't have all the answers, and it's quite concerning to hear the media take on a story. I know it's a story, and paper never refuses ink, and it'll get clicks, it's clickbait, and it'll encourage, but it's very damaging for the person who's putting out that a therapist told me to do this, because a therapist generally won't give you advice, won't tell you what to do with your life. If I'm asked, for example, do you think I should do something, if I should do something, I'll think about it for a second, and I'll basically say to them, well, I know you're looking for help. This is what I'm saying. I'm not here to give you advice, and my advice, as I'd regularly say, wouldn't really help you, because my advice is based on my life and my experience. And although the therapist might know a lot about your life, it's not our role to tell you how to live your life. It's to empower you to figure that out for yourself. So if I read that and it said the therapist told me to go off and fight my father or cut my family off or whatever, I'm kind of saying, well, the therapist probably didn't say that, but people can hear it that way. So you might say, do you think I should cut my father off? And I would say something like, it sounds like you've made up your mind a little bit here, doesn't it? So tell me what that is, what that's like for you, or we'll explore that. And then they'll go down the road that they've told themselves, but I've been involved in the discussion, and then they can go home to their families and say, oh, my therapist told me to, or my therapist is advising me to. And generally they don't tell you, but you might hear it as advice because you've told yourself in there in the room. And what's dangerous and damaging here, I feel, is that it reflects on the person giving too much information about what they've brought to therapy, which is absolutely confidential. It is your right to talk about what you want, but social media love this. They'll take it and run with it, and they'll basically shame you. And the therapist won't advise you and won't direct you, in any way. So I think it's really damaging and really unhelpful for social media to go and run, even the normal print media, to run with this idea that somehow a therapist, it's given the false wrong idea basically of what a therapist is, what therapy should be. And it's just really, really concerning. That's all I'm saying. But I would say to you, think about if you feel a therapist told you to do something, like, very clearly, think about it for a second. Did my therapist tell me to do it? How did they go about it? What way did they say it? You may have heard it that they told you, but the decision to do something is yours. So you're kind of going, well, the therapist said to me, if I was to do this, what would happen? And I'd said, well, that feels better, I'd like to do that. And so it sounds like you've made up your mind. That's not me telling you to do it. That's me saying, okay, that sounds fair. Or that sounds like you're happy with that decision, but I'm not telling you to do it. You know what I mean? But as I say, it's just really concerning, the stuff that's coming out of the last, and it's interesting, just this week, whatever's going on. And we're trying to promote the idea that we can encourage people. We're hoping to encourage people to go to therapy or to reach out to people, just to talk, just to say, whatever it is going on in your life, just to be able to talk about it safely. And now they're putting it out that even that's not an option. So what's the other plan here? What did he want to happen here? Is the idea that they want more people afraid to go to therapists or believe in therapists are going to damage you more than they need? It's just bizarre to me. But as I said, that's my nearly 6 minutes of ramble. I don't know if you want to give a comment and have a chat. I don't know what you think yourself, but to me it's just very concerning the way that they're kind of painting the idea that therapy is, we're lucky 8 balls, you come to us for advice. We're not. We don't give advice. We don't tell you how to fix your life. You come to us to discuss your feelings and all things that are going on in your life, but definitely we don't go, and that does be asked fairly regularly, tell me how to, essentially what people are saying, tell me how to fix my life. And the therapist is never going to tell anyone how to fix their life, because how the hell would we know? Well, we know how to fix ours, we know how to work with ours, and even at that we have the same problems. So yeah, as I say, a bit mad. Anyway, thank you for listening to my ramble. If you have any comments, please do make a comment. I'd love to have a chat about this.